Start the recording now.
Why is mining fat and you're skinny?
Okay.
You're not cool.
Wow. I don't feel cool.
You gotta put the exclamation mark.
I have to be exciting.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you put one of the special characters in, the whole name
On the right
big.
side, that's special.
Yeah, it's a special exclamation mark, not this one.
Sorry, no friendly?
They have a Torb, and I don't know, Torb and Gidry.
Sorry, no friendly? What's on the ground?
Okay.
Let me heal Iron. Hold on. Careful.
Gidry's one.
Sorry, no
So already, what I'm noticing is you have a lot of, well, from the first one, a lot of downtime, reloading and not putting in damage. What you need to be doing no matter what target is in front of you, you need to be constantly shooting. Especially with 70% charge, you're trying to readjust by going to the other side of the cart when you could just be pocketing your Reinhardt behind him and shooting him. You reloaded at 43. That's a lot of left click that you could be putting pressure on their Reinhardt, and I noticed the Reinhardt was actually backing up a little bit.
Special exclamation mark.
So
Sorry, no friendly?
They have a Torb, and I don't know, Torb and Gidry.
So here, you could be doing damage during that, and then you reload here, yeah. That's a lot of downtime, especially Zarya, you can put a lot of damage in with 70%.
Sorry, no friendly?
This one, nice.
Stabilize. Don't move over here.
Yeah. Let's go, my shield's almost down.
There you go, I like that you're right clicking. No matter what's going on, you want to keep building up that ult, even if you're not going for kills here.
Sorry, I have no bubbles. No bubbles at all, right? Let's get this Ryan shield down. Let's get Ryan shield down.
So I like that you're just holding left click on him a lot. So as much as you should be right clicking their tanks and helping your Reinhardt out, if you have a personal or a friendly bubble and your Reinhardt is in an immediate danger, listen to your teammates when they call there's a Genji behind, because you can save somebody with that. And then you put your team at the advantage and they have their Genji is out of position. So I like that you bubbled your teammate there and kept that. Nice. That was a good ult, yeah. And then good job walking forward for Stagers. So good job, like Bubble and Doomfist. Definitely try to keep that for Ryan more, but it was nice that you gave it to him when he dashed in, so this stopped him from getting stunned. Wasted all by them. Nice. So right here, I see you reload a lot at 20%, 20 damage. You are right-clicking the Reinhardt barrier when none of them are really grouped up. Just hold left-click for 100 ammo. You're gonna work a lot more damage on that barrier. So you guys are doing really good with time right now, winning a lot of the fights.
I have to hold on tight. I don't want to die up there. I'm almost at friends. Trying to farm it.
If your Zen is transing there, don't be afraid to walk through the barrier and do damage. So you grabbed here. Which is really good. So you're getting trans during this whole period here. You can walk through, especially when they're discorded and you're grabbing them, they're all together. You can put in some damage right-clicking them. This way, with the trans there, you can't risk yourself dying.
I got bridges now.
Should I use my pen now?
Hopefully, it's pretty next guy. It's fine. We're going to go to because of my
Yeah, we need main there.
Bayern maybe. All of our. Yo, you play with more. Yeah, so I think something like that.
We have like the first one. Honestly, I think we should just go for it.
You have good bubble timing. Definitely wait for your Reinhardt to be in the fight to bubble him. You bubble him prior to the fight, and that gives the enemy team a lot of time to not do damage to him. They have that flexibility to just back up because you're not being too aggressive. This is, yeah, so here, take it back about 10 seconds. There were a lot of, it didn't look like you really knew what you were doing right now. You're just kind of looking for a grab, you're right clicking anywhere. That Pharah is above you. I can see the rockets from there and the D.Va's out of position, but you're still right clicking the Reinhardt. You have Grav. Right clicking the majority of targets is great for splash damage and getting your ult, but you already have it right now. You already have it. What you can be doing here is left clicking the D.Va and getting her out of mech. You could 100% that D.Va could have been out of mech during that time. You could have grabbed, but that's a lost fight now. So. Yeah, right here. That D.Va's out of position. D.Va is the left click target for you in any fight. She's gonna eat your grav. You don't want her in mech as much as possible. Even if you already have grav, you're at 95 charge. If she's taking damage like the rest of your team is putting on her, you could be melting her, and then you can walk in. She had the ult. And then yeah, you're looking for the grav while she's still up too. You don't want to be risking your grav getting eaten. So they're wasting ults. Nice, good bubble timing. Okay, no. So this was You're very lucky you got that grab off. Higher ranked divas, like anything above like masters, will actively look for this. You spent a whole 5 seconds there looking at the ground and basically letting the diva know you're looking for an ult. You're not even shooting the Rhine or the diva. You're just looking. Their diva, if she had any more, she would have ate that. Really good grab though. Always look for a target to shoot. During, I think, about the last 15 seconds here, Pharah is flying. You can reach that right about here. Those rockets, yeah. Nice, okay. Second half. Alright, did it with time left, so that's good. Alright, so I see we got a Hagarissa here. Really good combos. Any reason why you guys are playing a little further back here? So right here already, like I can, as much as I want this to be, I guess, like a personal, Bod, take initiative and tell your team to play the bridge. You have Orisa Hog. You have so much pull capability to knock them off the point. So you could be hooking them, she could be pulling above the barrier and hooking them as well. You could, your whole Hog, if you're able to hold that well enough, can knock them off bridge. You guys are playing a really good comp on defense here, but you guys need to be playing a little bit more forward. Oh, well, okay, well, they woke you up. So try to reload before hooking. If you put them out of position, that's great, but if you can't do anything about it, you're just giving the enemy team less space to walk in. Nice, okay. Another reason why you play bridge here is, and this is a lot of the things about getting better as a team, look at how far they are right now, and look how much time it took them. It took them less than a minute. And look how many fights you get on the first point. In every map, every escort map, the enemy team, you as the defensive team should be bringing in 2 fights before they take any point. So the beginning phase, the streets phase, and then the end phase, you should always be getting 2 fights in. So they're about to push it. One of your teammates staggered. Maybe a stagger. If you have a Lucio, you have a Zen. So now I can guarantee you, you can't recontest this. So I'm sure they got, one of your teammates got long spawned there. So 100% try to take that fight on the bridge. Not even if it's the enemy in favor, which it isn't because you have Hog Orisa. You want to be playing it because if you lose the fight, you are able to recontest before they take it because you're fighting on the payload. Well, you guys took an early fight. They really initiated it, so as the defensive tried to initiate it a little bit more, but you should be able to get another fight in here. Alright, well. Yeah, so one good fight again. And that comes back, I guess, to the bridge. About here. You guys don't take the fight until late. They play really aggressive because you give them that room. And this is, I guess this all really becomes due to the fact that when your teammates are just getting back now. And they're just, yeah, they're capitalizing off of ults a little bit more. Alright. It's only one good fight and they took bridge. This is the, see, they had the last fight. They have 5 minutes, and that's because of one fight for each point. Even if you just took 2 fights and lost them, that would have shaven off another minute. 1 minute for each fight, so you'd be looking at like 3 in minutes, even if you lost every single one. But the chances, if you take 4 fights, you have a higher chance of winning any of those instead of just taking 2, because if you lose 2, that's probable. Oof. It's rough. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of, it's as your teammates are saying, grouping. Grouping is, I want to hear what he has to say here.
I mean, we didn't group up a single time that whole game.
We didn't kill the finish single
But
time.
then also,
We
but also
did.
at the
I
end.
mean, I need the team to be alive, and not, I can't be spammed by literally everyone.
At the end there, we needed him in GPS. I did my shit.
So no, a lot of that wasn't even comp. I wasn't even seeing a whole lot of you dying a whole lot and them dying a whole lot. It's just the first point you staggered and then they rolled you from that. They had ult advantage because they won. You guys played really defensive on the first point, and that allows the enemy team to roll you in that sense. So they have more ults because you are forced to use them defensively just to get up in a fight. Your Hanzo used 1 ult to kill 1 person, not even to like win a fight or to enable your team to push in and work off the fact that they're split up with that Hanzo. Well, he ulted just because he needed the kill earlier on the mid part. Like, right, I can get there.
Shut down.
It was right about here.
I think it was fine if you said that.
Now you're down your tank, you're down this. Your Reinhardt is pushed very far back, and your Hanzo ults, but nobody capitalized off of it. Your Rein tries to walk in, but he wasn't paying attention to the enemy Reinhardt enough. So your teammate kind of did, but he only announces Dragon ult after he uses it. So you can't do a whole lot there either.
You gotta start diving. We need to play dive. We need to dive the Hanzo and shut down their damage.
See, playing dive with 2 dive tanks when you have 2 snipers is a little hard on this map. And then yeah, your Widow staggers. You have to put yourself out of position to bubble her, which you might not even need her to do, but you can't do anything now. They have ults. So we'll go to the next part.
We just stay hard this way. We just didn't have it.
Alright. Alright, so one thing you can be doing with your teammates is, especially if you're going to be playing off tank, is you need to be talking to your main tank a lot more. I notice you bubble yourself and you bubble your Reinhardt, and you don't let them know. So typically at the very beginning of any sort of any sort of fight, so right the first time the door opens and you take a fight, your first given bubble to your Reinhardt should be, unless the enemy team is playing it interestingly like super aggressive and you have to bubble a healer, your first bubble on your Reinhardt should be just for you to get charge. So you bubbled your Rein, you didn't say anything, and this had him play a little bit more aggressive. So you bubbled yourself here. You could have even walked in a little bit more forward in front of your Reinhardt. Then you bubbled your Reinhardt for a bubble, but now he walks forward. Now he starts swinging on the enemy Rein. So if the Ana antied your Reinhardt there, you don't have anything to save him. They could have pushed, they would have won that fight. And then you need to be telling your Reinhardt when you're bubbling him so he can play aggressive. Like, hey Rein, I have a bubble, play aggressive. And he'll say yes. So you can bubble him, he can swing twice without taking damage. Yeah, I hear very little. I'm bubbling you.
You guys are too far up. You guys are too far up.
We're getting picked
Dude,
up.
it's okay. We're pushing around.
Farrah's behind right now.
We're holding the team at the
Yeah,
point.
so their fair is out of position. It's fine that she's there. Like one person on the payload is optimal. Sometimes it's 5 people ahead getting staggers. While one person pushes the payload, so that's fine.
Just kill, I'm healing. Chill.
So you're reloading at 21 when you're right in the middle of the fight. Always be doing damage, looking for somebody that's out of position.
Killing.
Okay. You don't have a hard time getting charge. I just don't think you're consistently putting in damage. You have a lot of downtime, like actively looking for your teammates to bubble. Try to focus the cart. Kill whoever's on cart. Always be doing damage. Don't reload at like 20 or 30. Always be left clicking a target.
They're distracted.
Nice, okay. So we're already like trying to melt him.
Stay on cart though. Back. Wait. So we're gonna roll them all the way and we're gonna tilt them. We're gonna fucking hold them here next round.
So what you can be doing here is continue to walk forward. Right here, this is something that I do a lot at higher ranks. Alright, you're walking around cart, you're losing charge. Walk forward here, play as aggressive as you can without risking yourself giving the enemy position, the enemy's the advantage. So right here, you during, I think it's about 10 seconds.
Stay on cart though.
So you, and this is it. So from the beginning of here, of course keep yourself enough distance, so if you do have to disengage, you can, but the enemy team isn't running a Lucio. So to engage on them and disengage, you're at the same speed. So you could, during this entire time, be right-clicking the entire team. You could have had your grab by now. Oof. So I like that you're pushing point here. You're 90% to grab, but that entire time you're just kind of avoiding the balls. Play close, but always be shooting somebody. And again, right here, you could have had your grab by right-clicking ahead of time. So left-click the Hammond or the Reinhardt permanently. Play the right side of cart, because there are no bombs there. And then just be left. So right here, you don't do anything. You're just jumping around trying to contest. 10%, one right-click and you would have had grab, you probably would have, for sure won the fight. We'll see if you do win. No. So that would have been your fight, just from personal play. Very close. Not bad from a minute though. Almost getting the second point. Good job. But don't be afraid to play a little aggressive. Do tell your team you are. Like, main healer, can you pocket me? If you have a Lucio, hey Lucio, get ready to speed me out. Playing aggressive at that first part. With 70% and you having that high of charge and that long of a fight, you should have had your grab, and then about 20-30% onto your next one. So I'm going to add that to the notes. Just don't be afraid to walk forward and build your next grab. It seems like your team, you're definitely stronger as a Rein Zarya combo.
Play on the right, I know.
It's right here again. You guys are holding really far back. If you take a fight really late, that's it. They have one fight and they push it. There's a lot of backing up. A lot of space being given here. Your Ryan needs to be playing the corner and pushing in. He's wasting a lot of barrier. So you're reloading at 75 again. You're not, at this point right now, you're more worried about bubbling your teammates, when that's nice, but it looks like you're looking at the bigger picture when you should be just focusing on one target. So bubble him, left click the barrier, and then pick one target to left click. And right here, just keep on the Zarya. Keep on the Zarya, don't stop. And then you stopped and reloaded at 75. Keep on her. Right clicks twice, you have 45 ammo and you're doing it again. So a lot of downtime. Always be right clicking. When it's just Rhyme Barrier, just left click. You do more DPS left clicking than right clicking. Right clicking is great for building grav against a bunch of enemies, but when you're working a single target down or a barrier, left click. Right click's also good for distance. There you go. Alright, so that there, like you're left clicking the Rhyme barrier, good. You continue to do it just like that. Nice. So again, you're right clicking Rhyme barrier. So always right now, you have a Lucio. Take advantage of the fact that they don't, and you can disengage really, really quick. Even if they're right in your face, you can ask your Lucio to speed you out. During this time, you're 7% to grav, depending on how close they get. Like no matter if you were at 70% here like earlier and you walked forward, like out at the bridge where they are right now and started shooting into their spawn, if you were at any less percentage, always remember this, you could be building up your grav. Right. So yeah, I like that your teammates are telling you not to use it. If you are up one, yeah, see what you can do. See if you can win this without using it anymore. There you go. So I like the right here what you're doing, that Reinhardt, right, left clicking him, perfect. So they're looking for grav. I like that they only got your Ryan. Oh, don't tell me you grav here. Okay, good. Good job contesting the cart though.
I have my ultimate, I have my ultimate.
That's good. I'm about to get nano.
Going behind them.
Dave or else. We're gonna get them into overtime, or we only need to knock them apart.
Yeah, let
We wanna
But again, even you had that fight for a very long time. It was just you lost one fight and you gave him cart.
He's purple.
Oh nice. Well, your teammates are recontesting it, so.
Nano doesn't want it.
That's because of the Lucio.
Just ultimate guy, come on. One half.
They had advantage, but
Tank was sleeping. Stay alive. Everyone stay alive. Hold those.
oh yeah.
Stay alive and hold those. We're gonna dump 6 ults and we'll wait for our main one.
Yeah, all we have to do is
Just
put
hold until they touch bridge.
one stick is like 20 seconds.
Okay, we're not gonna wait for it. We're gonna knock them off one.
Get up to like 20 seconds.
I don't. We don't need to push up. We don't need to push up. Just give them two space until we.
Yeah, one
just
fight.
one fight. They're gonna shatter.
Yeah, yeah. Right,
Yeah.
right, you're left. Right back up.
Oh, they're going for a shatter.
Oh. Should not be using ults there.
It's okay.
Oh, fuck. We have one fight left.
Yeah, so your Lucio should be just speeding you out here.
Lucio, get in here, Lucio.
Oh, fuck, we got a touchdown. We got a touchdown.
Go, go. Beating. That grab is the game winner right there. No, we got this.
It's already low.
Already won. Touch point.
Off point. He's down.
So good job helping your teammates out on people that were low. That was really good.
There you go, Hammond.
They had spawn advantage there. Oh, no, you did.
They left us. Well, nice fight next month. Go Steely down.
Good job swapping a diva though.
Right.
Much better contesting.
There you go.
GG. Okay, so needless to say, during that, I mean, this is diamond plat, so of course everybody has a little bit to work on, but for sure individually, working on that, working on a few things right here, just basically try not to reload so much. So even at the beginning, I noticed you were reloading at 27, 23, 45, reloading halfway. Don't be afraid to play a little aggressive. You are a tank, so I like that you're playing a little bit back. But when you're high charge, play a little more aggressive. At that beginning, your grabs are very predictable. And every single time, you've been very lucky with the enemy diva. And it's not like you're actively looking to see if the enemy diva isn't trying to eat it. So right here you grabbed, but their diva's just walking in.
Nice.
Once again.
Lucy behind. What the fuck is Church?
But right here, that grab was
I got Bridget now.
very, very, very lucky to not be eaten.
Up front, put it.
But other than that, the grabs have been really good.
I'm almost at trend.
And then here, please see that diva. And watch out of position enemies, especially tanks, and melt them. So right here, oof, that diva had Matrix, it was close.
Up front, put it.
Cool. Alright, and then a lot of it too, don't be afraid to walk forward, build your next grav. There's a lot of downtime in between you not having it right here when you could be right clicking and your next fight. And don't play so defensive on this map specifically. Keep in mind you should be getting 2 fights in. You were very lucky. Next fight, they had the advantage only because your team was down 1 when you initiated this. Your Lucio can speed you in to engage on that. So the reason why you guys engaged on that was because your Lucio sped you in. And then it was lost, and then we staggered. Could have jumped off the map to avoid them getting ult charge.
We're gonna dump 6 ults in the
But a lot of just personal stuff.
Oh fuck, we have one fight left. Let's try to get on first.
Get in here, Lucio.
Oh, fuck, we got a touchdown. We got a touchdown.
So your Rhine got hacked there, and
grab is the game winner right there.
could have 100% bubbled him there. a lot to focus on, but alright. Yeah, other than that, not bad. You're getting high energy. You're not having a hard time building grav. Well, you're not having a hard time getting high charge. You should be definitely building gravs a little bit quicker, but that was not too bad. Your aim, your tracking is good. For your rank, your tracking is good, but you're wasting your tracking ability. Like for plat, your aim is really good, but don't have as much downtime as you do. Don't reload so much. Don't actively look for all of your teammates to bubble. Know your cooldowns. Know that you're given bubble as an 8-second cooldown, and whenever it's there, give it to whoever is at a position or needs it. And mainly your Reinhardt, and then just be putting in damage. You're actively looking for bubbles, and it's kind of wasting a lot of time for you. But other than that, good job.